besties, welcome back to another Create Sim video. So today we are going to be doing another Townie Makeover. So these guys are from Brightchester, which is from Discover University. So basically when I made over the Pleasant twins, I realized that these guys existed. And I didn't realize that these guys existed before because, not gonna lie, they're kind of boring. So I wanted to less bore them. How do I say that right? I don't know how to say that, but you know what I mean. Make them less boring, make them more interesting. And so we did that today. So these guys are the best of friends household. Like I say, they are from Brightchester. They go to university together and they are like the best of friends, as one might assume from the name. And yeah, we are making them over today. So these two are Becca Clark and Julia Wright. So I honestly, honest to God, not going to lie to you all, did not really know who these guys were. I feel like they're very boring, and like I don't mean that in a harsh way, but at the same time I do, you know. It's not their fault, it's the Sims team's fault, but also they're pixels, so technically they can't have a fault because they aren't real people, in case that wasn't clear. But what am I saying? Yeah, the Sims, they are just a bit boring. I think it's because like they were meant to be like university kind of Sims, so they don't really have much of like an identity. Like they don't seem to have much of like an actual personality, rather than just being like for the pack, which obviously makes sense. So that makes sense, you know. They needed some Sims that kind of represented the university, and they wanted some Sims that people could just easily play with, and like two young people going to school, going to university makes a lot of sense. But I personally just haven't really ever played with them. I don't really care about them, not going to lie. And so I thought I'd make them over and see if I would care about them, and I do now. I do care about them now. So I did change them quite a bit, but that's honestly just because like, especially Becca, like her original outfit is literally just like the university apparel, and like I'm sorry, but who is walking around university wearing their school's full outfit? Like I just don't feel like that's common. Personally, I mean, I've never been to university, maybe that is a common thing, but I just feel like it wouldn't be a common thing, you know. So I wanted to kind of give them a bit more of an actual personality rather than literally just being woo Brightchester, because who is that excited about university? No one. Okay, everyone seems not happy there. So anyways, so yeah, Becca. So Becca is in the language and literature part of university on the course. She is a like university life aspiration, which again, it's just more of this university, so I mean I get it, but it's also a bit like you know. And then she is a romantic, active and bookworm Sim. So I kind of just, I don't know, she was bland, okay. She was more bland than Julia in my opinion. Like, oh my god, my septum is twisted. She was more bland than Julia. Like she just has like no personality, and so I gave her personality. So I did stray a lot with these Sims. As I always say, they're my Sims, not yours. It's my interpretation. You do not need to download them if you don't want to. That's totally fine. Obviously this is just how I imagine them, and I just wanted to give them a bit more of a spice than normal. Like obviously I could have just given them like a bit of another boring outfit, but like I just wanted to venture out, you know. So originally with Becca, I was trying to kind of go for this sort of streetwear kind of vibe, because she was wearing like this tracksuit and like it's kind of like sporty, I guess. But honestly, I just wasn't really feeling it. But then when I realized that she was in the language and literature course, I was like, oh my god, what if we make her like this writer that just wants to live in like a cottage in the woods and write and like just like romance stories? And like I honestly love that so much. So that is basically what I went with. I just felt like that was, I don't know, really fun, so I just went with it. And like I don't know, I wasn't feeling anything else on her. It just wasn't really giving me the vibe. I originally had this hair on her, which is so gorgeous. It's by A. Harris if you wanted it, and it is such a beautiful hair, and I've used it I think maybe a couple of times, but there's something about it that's just so gorgeous with like the pink streaks like through it on the roots and stuff. It just looked really good, but for some reason it just didn't really feel like her like that much in comparison to the hair I ended up giving her. It just didn't really scream like Becca Clark. I mean, do I even know who she is? No, not really, but I still wanted it to make her look a little bit similar to like her traits and stuff. And I feel like romantic, active and bookworm checks out a lot. Like she reads a lot of romance books and like she writes romance books. That's kind of what I've got in my head now. And like she wants to move to a little cottage, so yeah, I really like that. Also the backstory of these guys, I don't actually know exactly what it is. I read it like a week ago when I made these Sims, and I've low-key forgotten, but they are, I think they're like best friends since kindergarten, and then like they went to university together. Honestly, there's not really much of a story except for the fact that will university break them apart? I don't know, but I kind of love the idea of those guys getting a relationship. I'm just saying, okay, friends to lovers. I feel like she wrote about that a lot in her books. Maybe all of her books are centered around Julia, but Julia does not know that all the books are centered around her. But it's like, you know, like Becca knows, but maybe Becca doesn't even realize that all the books are centered around Julia, and then one day she reads her own book and she's like, oh my god, this is centered around Julia. Oh my god, that's such a great story. Oh my god, they should totally do that. Anyways, that makes so much sense. I'm just saying. Yeah, I really like that idea. Oh my god, wow, I'm talented. Maybe I should be a writer. Just kidding, I should not be a writer. But yeah, so I like the idea of her being in love with Julia and Julia being in love with Becca, but them not realizing, and then they one day realize it when like one of them gets jealous or something. So I made Becca a lesbian, and then I gave Julia she they pronouns, and she is pansexual. So that is what I went for these Sims. I like giving the Sims like different sexualities and also different pronouns, especially because obviously these guys came out like 2018 or whatever when Discover University came out. I don't actually know when point. It's time is illusion at this point, but I wanted to give them like, obviously different pronouns and stuff weren't a thing in The Sims like back then. They only came out like this year or whatever. Not this year. Oh my god, we're in the next year in 2023. Oh my god, stop, I'm gonna cry. Anyways, they came out like last year, and I wanted to give The Sims different pronouns. So yeah, Julia uses she, they pronouns. And anyways, so Becca, yeah, so the outfit I ended up giving her is so cute. I actually love it. It is this like greeny kind of grey sort of turtleneck. It looks so cozy. Like, can I buy one right now, please? No. And then I gave her like this backpack because I feel like, you know, you go to university, you need a backpack or like some sort of bag, because I mean, like I said, I've never been to university, but I've watched Gilmore Girls. I'm currently watching Gilmore Girls, and you know what, Rory seems to be struggling a lot. Okay, I'm just saying. And like Yale seems hard, and maybe Brightchester is the thing of Yale. I don't know. I couldn't tell you anything about universities except for the names because of Gilmore Girls, which is honestly quite embarrassing. But anyways, so yeah, so I gave her like this really cute brown skirt and then some tights and some leg warmers. Oh my god, I love leg warmers. I've literally ordered myself some because I need leg warmers in my life right now. Like, I've started wearing skirts lately. Like, I'm currently wearing a skirt. I'm going to college in like 30 minutes. I need to get this voiceover done, but I'm wearing a skirt, and I have not worn a skirt in my entire life and been comfortable, which is really, really nice feeling like that. Like, honestly, to when like I'm non-binary, so I use they them pronouns, and I've never been comfortable ever wearing a skirt like literally my entire life. And so to finally be able to wear a skirt and feel comfortable in my identity still, and still be able to be like, yes, I still use they them pronouns, but I'm allowed to wear a skirt, and I still identify as non-binary even though I'm wearing a skirt, is amazing. And it's such a nice feeling, and I'm very proud of myself. So I just want to let you all know that. So I just a little thing. Okay, anyways. But anyways, I'm very off topic, darling. So yeah, that was Becca. So we're moving now on to Julia. So Julia is in the physics course. They are a Renaissance sim. She is a perfectionist, ambitious, and outgoing sim. Honestly, I feel like these sims need bad traits. Like, I feel like this can't just be me, right? Like, why do sims always have such good traits? It pees me off so much. No one is this good of a person, or if they are, I don't like you. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have a bad trait. You gotta have some sort of negative trait. Like, how can you be perfectionist, ambitious, and outgoing? Like, shut up, Julia. Okay, you just need, you know. Anyways, right. So Julia is, again, the outfit, a bit boring. What I basically did with these sims is like, I never normally look at different, like all their different outfits. I normally just go for like the first one, but I sort of gave myself a bit of an indication of what colors they liked and like what kind of outfits they're dressed as by just looking at their different outfits. Not gonna lie, they're all a little bit ugly, but like, that's okay. There's EA sims who are my kidding, you know. But I gave her this hair, and this hair, oh my god, they look so good with it. There is something about it that is so beautiful, and it looks like they've just shoved it up into a bun, and like that just makes total sense. Like, of course, you're going to university, you are just gonna shove your hair up into a bun, and it just looked so gorgeous. Like, I think I just gave like really like subtle kind of makeup. Obviously, because they're at university, their everyday outfits, I wanted to look a bit more like actually everyday outfits, because I know a lot of the time when I do everyday stuff, I kind of go like kind of crazy, which doesn't really make sense, because if you're at university, like, you don't be able to do these crazy outfits to go to just like a lecture or whatever. So I kind of wanted to go for a little bit more of a chill outfit. I say that, but Becca's is kind of crazy, but I feel like Julia, I did a little bit better out. So with the aesthetic, I kind of just went with these like overalls. They are really cute. I originally had them in this like lovely green and black color, but I felt like, even though I liked it the most, I felt like maybe Julia probably wouldn't like it as much, and like I wanted to still scream Julia, even though I still liked doing like my own sort of aesthetic on her. So I ended up swapping out the color, and it's like a kind of like a blue, and it just felt a bit more like her, like a bit more, you know, vibrant, and I feel like that's kind of suits more of like what they like and whatever. And then I think I just gave her like some headphones, because I love giving my sims headphones. It makes a lot of sense as well. Again, like university, you're probably gonna listen to music a lot when you're studying or whatever. And then also, how do I listen to music when they're studying? Honestly, if I listen to music, I cannot concentrate on anything else. I feel like people are very impressive that can do that, because honest to God, like the thought of me trying to do something and having music outside of me is so distracting. But anyways, yeah, so I also gave her like a little camera around her neck, and just like, I think just pretty simple outfit. Aside from that, I just thought it looked really cool. Actually, I did I go with blue? Oh my god, come on, create a sim. Oh yeah, I did. I went with like a really nice color. It's like kind of like a bluey color for the overalls, and then I went with like this little pink under top. I think it's a really cute outfit, and I feel like it kind of screams like chill, but like also like taking photos, but also is in the physics course, but also is listening to music. I don't know, it was a lot of things that were also happening, but I really liked how the outfit turned out, and I really like how they both turned out. Send me in the comments below if you guys like these sims, and let me know if you like the makeover as well. Obviously, like honestly, I don't even know if you guys know them either. Like, I feel like I really should know them a little bit more, but I really don't. But let me know if you guys ever played with them before. Let me know if you got any suggestions for any other tiny makeovers in the comments down below, because honestly, there's so many townies, it's kind of hard to know which ones you guys would want to see next. Remember to like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the video. I love you guys. Goodbye. My dog. Oh my god, legend.